it's Donna Briggs, and today is Sage Sunday. Sage Sunday. I've never done a post on Sunday before, or Saturdays. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start doing Saturdays and Sundays. And you're like, well, why? Why not? And why do I call it Sage Sunday? So everyone calls me a sage. Oh, you're so wise. You know so much. You're so young. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I'm like, okay, I'll call it Sage Sunday. So this Sage Sunday, we're going to talk about the power of prayer and faith. Prayer and faith. And we're on day 6 of the 30-day Change Your Life Challenge. So tomorrow, Motivational Monday, is day 7. So we're on day 6. So I figured I'd do a post today because I was on the phone with someone. This actually made me realize, you know what? I don't ever talk about God and the power of prayer and faith. I don't know what religion you guys believe in, but I guess you believe in something, right? Or do you not believe there's a higher power other than yourself? Some people don't. So I have a friend, and no exaggeration, here's a story for you guys. Nothing works for this person. Nothing. And they sit there and they wonder, oh my God, every time I try something, another works. So I was actually on the phone with them, and I said to them, do you pray? And the phone just got silent. And I'm like saying to myself, no wonder nothing ever works for you. You don't even believe in God. You believe that you're controlling your whole destiny. Doesn't work that way. You don't believe in a higher power. There's something higher than you out there controlling things. Yes, you put in the work. Yes, you're making the steps. Yes, you're going to school. You're doing all these different things. But there's a higher power other than you that's working for or against you. Now, let me give you a story. Like I said, I always have a story. A lot of people, I won't say a lot. People don't realize I've been through a lot, right? My parents died when I was young. And when they died, I was like, oh, there's no God. Because God would not take my parents away, right? But I'm 18. What do I know? So I wasn't really praying or believing in God because I was mad. I was like, why everybody else has a parent? Why can't I have a parent? Like, this is ridiculous. I got to figure it out on my own? Why? So I was just mad at God. I was. For years. And then I was realizing that bad things wouldn't happen to me. Like, I'd be in situations and stuff wouldn't happen to me. Then I'm like, well, you know what? Something's happening outside of me that's keeping me out of these bad situations. Nothing bad ever happens to me. It wasn't happening with you then. And I wasn't believing in God. I was like, no, I don't believe in God. Then I started praying. And then everything started happening in my favor. Right? So this post is about the power of prayer and faith. But God, higher power, whatever you believe in, is like a friend. You can't keep using a friend and think they're going to still be there. Like, you can't keep going to God and saying, oh, could you help me when you're sick or you have a problem or, I don't know, someone did something to you, or only when you need him. You don't talk to him any other time. You only talk to him when you need him. And then as soon as you get what you want, you stop talking to the person. Remember, when things don't go your way, he sees things you don't see. But you have to have faith to know that it wasn't for you. Like I said, I was on the phone with someone. The first thing I asked them is, do they pray? They got silent. Something happened. they were working on something that didn't go through. And I'm like, well, do you pray? And if you have faith, because if you're supposed to be religious, a lot of people say, oh, I go to church. Oh, I'm in church every Sunday. But wait a minute. The same people in church every Sunday are cursing people out, talking about people behind their back, backstabbing, jealous, envious. I mean, they're the worst. I mean, I hate to say this, but the church people that I've met are the worst people I've ever met in my life. They're the most hypocritical people I've ever met in my life. Not saying that you're out there like that. I'm just saying that's my experience. So yours may be different. But I'm just saying a lot of people go to church on Sunday, and then what about Monday through Saturday? They're not living, you know, a good life, you know? I'm not even talking about drinking, smoking, doing, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about being courteous and kind to people, treating people like they want to be treated. They're not even doing that. Forget about all that other stuff. Having sex outside of relationships, whatever. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just being courteous and kind to each other. They're not even doing that, but they're in church every Sunday. So watch those people. My take on this whole thing, and I want to emphasize, if you think that you're going to outsmart God, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. He's watching everything you do, say. He knows things that happen behind the scenes that you don't know. So if something you want to happen does not happen, it wasn't meant for it to happen. Or he sees something you don't see. Like I had a meeting with, you know, somebody who was very important. I'm not going to say the name. But it didn't happen, right? And then 2 days later, it was a big scandal. And I wasn't supposed to meet the person. But God knew it was a scandal coming. I didn't. You know, he knew. So, I mean, my team was like, oh my God, we didn't have the meeting with the person. I'm like, something's up. Because if you believe in God or a higher power or whatever you believe in, you know that everything works in your favor. Everything works in your favor. So even if it didn't go your way, there's something bigger for you. There's always something bigger. So if you get fired from a job, you get a divorce, you're in a bad relationship, you're out of it, or anything happens that you think is negative, it's in your favor. Even my parents dying, that worked in my favor. I was sad. I didn't believe in God for a long time. Then I'm like, wait a minute. I wouldn't be the person I am today if my parents were living. So my parents were there. They taught me a lot of great stuff. They packed in everything in those 17 years that I was on this earth, that they were on the earth. They died. I learned a lot from them. I learned more from my parents than some people have their parents their whole life. So, hey, I'm not mad. I mean, I was mad. I was upset. I was like, oh my God, why don't I have parents? Everybody else has parents. And some people use that as an excuse. Oh, I could have said, oh, I'm going to use that excuse. I don't have any parents, so I'm just going to be a failure. But I knew my parents wouldn't want me to be a failure. And they instilled values in me that I'm carrying on to you. Anyway, walk by faith and not by sight. People don't do that. They go to church, but they don't have any faith. I was on the phone with a person. I said, well, why don't you think that this happened for a reason? And because they don't pray, and because they don't believe in God, and because they don't think there's a higher power outside of them, things will never work for them. It just won't work. But a lot of people don't get that. Try to tell people you're not here by yourself. Anyway, you're supposed to walk by faith, not by sight. And anything you want, God will give it to you. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not what? Want. All you gotta do is ask God for it. And be genuine about it. Hey, you know what? This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm trying to do. Like my Make It Really a Great Day. It's not about me. Once you take the focus off yourself and say, you know what, God? Yes, I like nice things. I like nice cars, clothes, bags, you know, designer stuff. I like all that stuff. But I'm willing to give back. And a lot of people, they want stuff, but they don't want to give anything back. Oh, well, it's all about me. I'm just going to, you know, walk around and have all these nice things and be selfish and treat people like crap. How long do you think you're going to have your stuff? You don't want to help anybody. You don't look out for anybody. All you care about is yourself. But then this is the bigger thing. I can't worry about anybody else because I can barely take care of myself. So don't you think God sees that? And don't you think he sees your heart? You can't fake it. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. Once he sees that you're selfish, he's going to pull everything away. He'll give it to you, right? See how you act. Let's just see. Let's just say I'm going to give you this nice house, bags, clothes, jewelry, fame, give you everything you want. How are you going to act? How are you going to treat people? Because if you start treating people a certain way, I'm snatching it away. Or he will remove people from your life. Or he'll let you keep all the things. I've seen this too. He'll let you keep things, right? Here's a good one. He'll let you keep things, all your material things, or you'll be paralyzed and you're looking at the ceiling. Oh, so now you have all these wonderful things, all this money, but you can't even leave the house. Or I'll let you keep all your things and make all your children drug addicts. What about that? I see that too. I've seen it. I'm telling you. You sit there and think, oh, I can do this by myself. Oh, I have all this stuff now. I don't need God. I don't need this. Soon as you start getting cocky and think that you're better than everybody else and everything's, I'm telling you, and you stop praying, stop, being appreciative, and stop caring about people, bad news. Like I said, I talked to somebody on the phone and they inspired me to do this Sunday Sage, which is day 6 of the Change Your Life Challenge. I love you guys. Make every day a great day and be kind to one another. And remember the power of prayer and faith. Walk by faith and not by sight, but you have to put in work. It's not going to drop out of the sky. Remember, walk by faith and not by sight. I love you guys. See you tomorrow on Motivational Monday. Bye.